So recently I forgave someone and I was very, very surprised with how different I felt after I forgave them. I felt like this huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders and the energy around me felt so much lighter. And it really surprised me. So I wanted to make this YouTube video talking a little bit about forgiveness. All right, number one, when we hold a grudge, we go into the victim mentality. And I've talked about the victim mentality in a lot of other videos as well. When you're wronged, you tend to view yourself as a victim. Maybe somebody really hurt you. Maybe they rejected you and broke your heart, and maybe you're still living in that rejection energy. It's easy to wallow in self-pity and adopt the poor me mindset. The problem with this is that it's extremely disempowering. It's essentially the opposite of feeling blessed or grateful because you're focused on the negative in your life instead of the positive. So when you focus on the negative, that actually weakens you. So the other side encourages gratitude because it helps put things in perspective for people. It's like viewing things as the glass is half full as opposed to half empty. And it's empowering. So it's easier to let things roll off your back when you have an attitude of gratitude. And I think that's why they call it the power of positivity. It's like gratitude makes you stronger. You are recognizing, acknowledging, and appreciating the blessings in your life. And it's empowering. It's just the opposite of victimhood. It's trying to look at the positive in your life, and it's the opposite of the victim mentality. So the other side uses gratitude as a way to try to pull people out of the victim mentality. But when you haven't forgiven somebody, you're upset, and you're holding this grudge, yeah, you tend to view yourself as a victim. Anyway, so as a result of this victim mentality that you're in, you are angry and bitter, and over time, this could just develop into you being resentful. And you are focused on how this person hurt you. And it's a very, very uncomfortable place to be. So you could also end up putting walls up to other relationships and actually closing your heart to someone else because of this resentment and this grudge that you're carrying and this pain from the past. So you could end up, putting these walls up and blocking yourself from other relationships as well. And why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because now you're distrusting. Right? You feel vulnerable as a result of the pain you've experienced. So it's difficult to trust people now. And you could actually become suspicious where you think everyone is just going to hurt you and assume they have impure intentions when maybe their intentions are pure. They really don't have anything up their sleeve and they really don't want to hurt you. But the problem is that you're wounded from the past. So you project that experience onto them. So see how you could just be hurting yourself here? Yeah. So that's the problem, is you become distrusting as a result of this wound. Another thing that the other side is often asking us to set aside, which is very difficult to do as mortals, is your ego. I have to bring up the lovely ego. You feel slighted. So now the pride and ego kick in to where the mere thought of forgiving them upsets you. It's like, I'm not forgiving them? Hell no, forget it. And it's very prideful. It's like the pride and ego kick in where you would be like lowering yourself in some way, right? By forgiving them. So that's the problem. again, it's this closed off energy, and we're just doing ourselves a disservice when we carry a grudge. Also, ego is something the other side often asks us to set aside in order to be authentic, be vulnerable, speak our truth, open our heart to someone, right? So they're often asking us to set our ego aside. And I feel like that's probably something that we're doing when we forgive somebody as well. I think there's a lot of setting your ego aside in order to forgive somebody as well. And I can't talk about grudges without bringing up revenge. We're getting real dark here, but got to bring up revenge as well. What if you want revenge on the person, right? Well, if you hold a grudge and you actually want revenge, is a really bad idea. Vengeance is not the answer. You are better off focusing on forgiveness than vengeance. Vengeance is fruitless. It doesn't get you anywhere. So I feel like you really need to come from a place of heart, which the other side loves. They love it when we come from a place of heart. And I feel like part of forgiving somebody is trying to put yourself in their shoes, have empathy for them, and compassion. I feel like there's compassion involved in forgiving someone. It's like compassion for that person and trying to see things from their point of view. It's beneficial to give some thought to why they may have wronged you and try to come from a place of understanding, because maybe they really didn't mean to hurt you as badly as they did. Take a closer look at the situation, see if you can find some sort of silver lining that will help you forgive them. Anything that can help you view things from their perspective, because maybe there was a reason why, they did what they did, said what they said, etc. So, yeah, hopefully that can help you forgive them. And also I wanted to bring up the olive branch. If you've forgiven someone and you want to reach out, you can always extend an olive branch to them. It depends on whether you're interested in having them in your life. It's up to you. But that's also an option, is extending an olive branch. So why did I want to make this video? Because I wanted to point out all of the energies that we're carrying around when we hold a grudge. Look at these energies that we're carrying. Negative, 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 negative. These are the only positive. Look at all this negative energy you're carrying around. It's, these negative thoughts and feelings, they're only hurting us. We're doing ourselves a disservice. They lower our vibration. They create energetic blocks to happiness. Do you see how we're only hurting ourselves in this mindset? Do you see it? We're only hurting ourselves. And I really feel like it's an overall attitude and state of mind that we're carrying. And that's why I felt this huge weight lifted when I forgave. See what I mean? So this was a subject that I felt like it was important to talk about because, forgiveness, it's like, don't carry this negative energy around with you. Open your heart, open your mind and your heart to that person. Let it go. Try to forgive them because you're only doing yourself a disservice. So I hope this video helped you guys. And if there is someone that hurt you, I encourage you to consider forgiveness as well. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.